Okay, the physical quantities we divide into two groups. One are vectors and the other are scalars. Uh, Vectors are those quantities which required magnitude and direction. Without direction, vectors cannot be explained well. Graphically, we represent the vector by an arrow. For example, if this is an arrow, the length of the arrow will tell us the magnitude. Magnitude means size. You can remember magnitude means size. And the direction of the arrow tells us the direction of the vector. In our coordinate system, just 1 minute. Yes, in our coordinate system, if let's suppose if I take these are the coordinate axes, you know very well now about the coordinate axes. If we move to the right side, if we move to the right side horizontally, we take the x as positive. If we move upward, the move is positive. If we move to the left side, the move is taken as negative. If we move downward, the move is taken as negative. Like let's say I'm going to take here, this is a vector. I can give it a name. For example, this is O and this is the end point A. I will represent it OA. No, this is the graph of the vector OA. Mathematically, if I have to write it, I can write it in this way. You have to see to reach from O to A, how many horizontal steps you need, like 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 horizontal steps. Remember, a vector we always write like this, x, y. X stands for how many steps you take horizontally, y stands for how many steps you take vertically. Now, for example, if this is OA, you want to write the vector OA, how you will write that? Let's see horizontally, how many steps? Horizontal means like along the X. We took 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Yes. So here it will be 4. Now vertically, how many steps we take? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4. It means this vector is 4, 4. Let me take another vector. Let's suppose you have this vector here. And this vector is AB. Now, if you want to write the vector AB, how you will write? First check how many horizontal steps you will move. 1, 2. As you move to the left side, so on the left side x is negative. So will be -2. Mean you move to the left side. Then 1, 2. 2 steps you move upward and upward is positive because always the vector will be xy. Let's take another example. Let's say this one, which is a vector PQ. This P, this is Q. Now, if I will write this vector PQ, what it will be? In the form of column vector, if I have to write, so it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 steps are horizontal toward the right. And how many steps then from here? 1 step upward, so it's 1. So PQ is 7, 1. Okay, let me take another vector. Let's say you have this vector. Say this is L, this is M. Now, if you have to write the vector LM, what it will be? The vector LM, we can write C. 1 step horizontally, it will be 1. Then how many vertical steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's downward. Downward y is negative, so it will be -7. All right. This will be the way when a vector is given in the graphical form, how we will write it in the mathematical form. Now let me give you an example here. Let's say I have this vector, another vector I'm going to take this vector and this vector. Now these are vector, say this is vector AB, this is vector PQ, this is vector CD. Can you try to write vector AB? If on AB I'm making this arrow sign, you will read it vector AB. In the same way, write vector CD. In the same way, write vector PQ. And let me know after writing them. Yes. All right. Now let's first see vector AB. Always check how many horizontal steps. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 horizontal steps. So it is 3. As it is on the right, so on right x will be positive. Then you are moving upward how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 steps upward. So the vector AB is 3, 5. Now if you have to write the vector CD, what will be vector CD? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 step horizontally, and then 2 step downward. Downward will be negative. So -2. Okay. Keep in mind horizontally on this side positive, on this side negative, upward positive, downward negative. Now if you have to write PQ, so what will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 5 step you took horizontally but on the left side, so it will be -5. Then vertically how many? 1, 2, 3. So 3 -5, 3. That will be. Let's take another vector here. For example, you have this vector. Now for this vector, let me say this is L, this is M. If you notice, there is no horizontal step. It means that will be 0. And there are how many vertical steps? Vertical step from the tail are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 vertical steps. So LM is 0, 8. All right. This is the way to write when the vectors are given graphically and you have to write them mathematically. All right. Next, let's suppose you have a vector A, which is x1, y1. You know, this x1, y1 we can write in this way as coordinate also, x1, y1 also. Doesn't matter. But this is a convention to write in this way. Let's say the vector B is x2, y2. And you have to find A plus B vector. So how you will find it? Write A vector x1, y1 plus So x2, y2. So what it will be? X1 plus x2. Now, y you will add with y. Y1 plus y. Like that. For example, let's say vector A is minus 4, 3. Vector B is 2, 7. And you have to find vector A plus B. Now, how you will find this? You will write this vector. First write A, minus 4, 3. Then write 2, 7. Now, minus 4 plus 2. And this with this, 3 plus 7. What this will make? This will make minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. 3 plus 7 is 10. So it means A plus B will be minus 2, 10. Alright. In the same way, if you have to find A minus B vector, you will do the similar thing. Like this is x1, y1 minus x2, y2. So what this will be? X1 minus x2, y1 minus y2. That will be your A minus B vector. So in the same way, if for these given vectors, if you have to find A minus B, what it will be? Write the vectors. Minus 4, 3, minus 2, 7. So what this will become? Minus 4 minus, then this is 2. So 3 minus 7. So what this will become? Minus 6. 3 minus 4 is minus 2. This is your vector A minus B. Okay. This is how we will add the two vectors when they are given mathematically, or how we will subtract the two vectors when they are given mathematically. Now, let me give you one example here. Let's say you have a vector A, minus 2, 5. Vector B is minus 3, minus 7. Now find A plus B and A minus B vector. Yes, please find and let me know. Yes. So now what will be A plus B? If you have to write A plus B, what it will be? A is minus 2, 5 plus B. B is minus 3, minus 7. So what this will become? Minus 2, minus 3, then 5, minus 7. What this will become? This will become minus 5. 5 minus 7 is minus 2. And if you have to find A minus B, what will be A minus B? Write vector A minus vector B, minus 3, minus 7. What this will be? You can write minus 2 minus minus 3. Because this minus is here and this minus is already with 3. Then 5 minus minus 7. So that will become 2 plus 3, minus 2 plus 3 and 5 plus 7. So what this will make? 1, 12. This is your A minus B vector. Alright. Hopefully this is very simple. There will be no problem in understanding this one. Next is, let's say if you have a vector A, it's x, y. and you want to find, let's say k is a constant, constant like 1 2 3, any number. We call them scalar also. These numbers like 1 2 3 4 5, they are called scalar. Okay, if I have to find this k a vector, mean if you multiply the vector with the scalar with a constant, so that you will multiply, like k will be here xy, so this k will multiply with both. This will become kx ky, like that. Let's say you have a equal to 4 7, and you are asked to find vector 2a. Okay, what will be vector 2a? It means multiply 2 with this vector. Now when you will multiply, so what will happen? 2 will multiply with 4. 2 multiply 4 will be 8. Multiply 2 with 7. 2 7 are 14. So this will become 2a. Okay. Let's say you have a vector b minus 2 3, and you are asked to find minus 3b vector. So it means now minus 3 you will multiply with this. So what this will become? Now minus 3 will multiply with this. Minus 3 minus 2 will become 6. Minus 3 with 3 will become minus 9. So it means if you are multiplying with a number, it will multiply with both. This is called multiplication of a vector with a scalar. If this clear, please let me know. All right. Next is modulus of vector or magnitude of vector. This whatever I am doing is mathematical work. Our main work will be graphical work. But if you will understand this one, graphical will look easy. Let's say we have a vector A, and that is xy. If I have to find magnitude of A, we write mathematically like this. I will read it, magnitude of A. We write the vector and put these two straight lines. We read it magnitude of A. Okay. That will be equal to, the way to take the magnitude will be write the square root of x square plus y square. This will be the way to take the magnitude of the vector. Let's say we have a vector A minus 5 3. What will be magnitude of A? Magnitude of A will be square root of its square minus 5 square plus 3 square. So what this will become? Minus 5 square is 25 plus 3 square is 9. So what this will become? 34 square roots. That is the magnitude of vector A. You can convert it into decimal also. So this is the formula for the magnitude of any vector. If you have a vector and you want to find the magnitude of the vector. Okay, let's take an example here. Suppose vector A is 4 2, vector B is minus 1 3. You are asked to find A plus 3B magnitude. Yes, magnitude tells us the distance, the size of the vector. When we say the magnitude, magnitude tells us the size of the vector. Okay. Now, first to find the magnitude of A plus 3B, you need to find A plus 3B. What will be A plus 3B? Let's write. A plus 3B. That is A. Sorry. Now write vector A. What is vector A? It is 4 2. Plus then is 3, right? 3. then vector b. What is vector b? Minus 1, 3. So what this will become? This will become 4, 2 plus, then this 3 will multiply with, will become minus 3, 9. So from here what we will have? A plus 3b will be 4, 2, sorry, no, it will be 4 minus 3 and 2 plus 9. That will become 111. And then we have to find the magnitude of this one. So how we will find the magnitude? A plus 3b magnitude. That will be square root of 1 square plus 11 square. So it will become 1 plus 121, which is 122 square root. So this will be the way to find the magnitude. Okay. This is a very easy work. Now coming to the graphical work. We learn how to add, how to multiply mathematically, how to subtract mathematically. But the main thing is to discuss it graphically. Now, one thing remember, let's say we have a vector here. Let's say this is a vector. Suppose I can say this is a vector A. Now, if I will change the direction of the vector, like the same vector, if I change the direction and the magnitude remain the same, it will become minus A. Now you can see their magnitude is equal, but direction is different. So changing the direction of the vector will make it a negative vector. Another example, let me give you. Let's say this is a triangle. In this triangle, let's say this is A, this is B, and this is vector C. These are the directions given because arrow will show us the direction. Now, if I will change the direction of this one, let's say from this I want to make this direction. So what A will become minus A. If from this I change the direction, this will become minus A. And if I want to change the direction of this one, instead of this, if I take this direction, this is B. So what this will become? Minus B. Like let me say you have A, B. This is the direction of AB. Okay. Let's say the vector AB is equal to P. Then if you change the position, you make this is called a tail. We call it tail. This is called head. So when we write the vector, this represents tail, this represents the head side. But if you shift them, instead of AB, if you make BA, so P will become minus P. Why? Because you reverse the direction. Okay. This is the key point in vector. Like, let's say if your vector AB is A plus B, then what will be BA? It will become minus A minus B. If your vector AB is minus A plus B, what will be BA? It will become, you will change the sign A and change this sign. So changing the direction will change the sign of the vector. All right. Understood or not? Okay. Then next, let me say we have some vectors here. and this is A, B, C. And it is given that AC is given that vector AC is equal to P. Okay, it's P. Vector BC is equal to Q. This is Q. And you are asked to find AB in terms of PQ. Okay, Fifth, 1 second. The last part, simply look, if this is AB, from AB you make BA. But what we did, if we change the direction, changing the direction will change the sign of the vector. Like I give the example here. For example, if your AB is A plus B, then BA will become minus A minus B. In the same way, if your AB is minus A plus B, then BA will become, you will change the sign. That is the point you have to remember. Okay. Now let's see here. I'm going to give you an example how you will solve. If you will remember this point. Now see, you have to find the vector AB. It means you have to start from A, you have to end from B. One way is directly you can move from A to B. Okay. For finding AB, you can move directly, but moving directly will not give us AB. So you will not go directly, but you will take the other path. One path is from here, the other is first you should go here and then you should come here. Yes. So in that case, what will be AB? Your AB will be equal to AC plus CD. It will be AC plus CD. Look, you started from A, you reached to B. Okay. You will not follow the direct path, but you will follow the indirect path. Like you have to find AB. So instead of going directly, what you will do, you will go from A to C, then from C to B. Now you can write the values here. What your AB will be. What is AC? It's given already. AC is P. So write P. But here it is given BC. But what we need CB. So if you will find CB, what will be CB? It will be minus Q. Because now you are changing the direction. In the picture, in the diagram, it is given BC is Q. We need CB, so you will make it minus. So it will be minus Q. This is, you can say, if you understood this point, vector will look very easy to you. Okay. Let's take another example. Suppose we have a shape here. Let's say this is A, B, C, D. If this is a parallelogram, remember in parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal. If this AB is P, so remember DC will also be P. Okay. If this AD is Q, then BC will also be Q because it is parallelogram. So in parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal. Now, let's say you are asked to find AC. Now look here, for AC, this is your AC. You need to find AC. You don't have to go from A to C. You have to choose another path. Either you can go first here and then here, or you can go first here and then here. So this is your choice which path you choose. I will choose both. First of all, I'm going for AC. I'm choosing this path. First, I will go from A to B, then B to C. So it will become AB plus BC. Now, what is AB? Already it is given in the same direction. AB is B. Plus, what is BC? BC is Q. Okay, instead of that, one shouldn't say, no, I have to follow this path. In that case, what will be AC? Like, you don't have to go to the direct path. You will take this path. First, go from A to D. Okay, AD plus from D to C, DC. So now what is AC? AD. AD is Q plus DC. From D to C is P. So AC will be Q plus P. P plus Q or Q plus P is same thing. Okay. Now hold on a second. One more thing. Let's say if you have a vector AB, any vector it can be. Say you have the coordinate of A, x1, y1. Coordinate of B are x2, y2. And you are asked to find vector AB. Now, if you have these coordinates, remember your AB will be equal to OB minus OA. Okay. For example, if you have PQ will be equal to, Q is coming later, so it will be OQ minus OP. So if you have this A, this is your coordinate A. From A, if you have to write OA, it will be x1, y1. Like this is coordinate. So you want to write OA, it will be x1, y1. In the same way, if you want to write OB, what this will be? It will be x2, y2. Okay. Let me take one example here for you that we will solve here, so you will understand the concept of this. Okay, this is a question given. D is a point. This is a point D. 2 minus 5. DE vector is also given. 7, 1. Question is saying find the coordinate of point E. We have to find the coordinate of point E. Okay. Let's say the coordinate of E are x, y. Now, what vector is given? DE is given. Now, if you use that definition that we just write right now, what DE will be? It will be OE minus OD. Now, what will be OE? You have E, so what OE will be? OE will be XY. What OD will be? 2 minus 5. Now write all these values here. What is this? DE is 7, 1. Write 7, 1. OE is XY, write XY. Minus OD is 2 minus 5. You can shift this whole on the other side. It is subtracting on this side, on the other side it will add. Because actually you want to find XY. It's 2 minus 5. Because this sign will change by shifting on the other side. And that is equal to x1. So from here this will become 7 plus 2 is 9. 1 minus 5 is minus 4. This is your x1. So if you write it in the form of the coordinate, it means E will be x is 9 and y is minus 4. That is understood or not? And this point also we have to use a lot. In so many questions we have to use this point. Like if it is AB, we can write it as OB minus OA. Always remember that. Okay.